the business architect here. So today I wanted to address a question that I get a lot from potential clients and also for people just out and about in the industry. People always ask me this. How do I know that what I'm investing in my business is actually going to be worth it? So often, and maybe you have had this happen, but many people tell me that they invested in courses, programs, mentorships, and coaching that just didn't pan out. They didn't deliver on the promises. It felt like wasted money. And now they're a little bit shy to invest in their business. Maybe you can relate. I definitely have made some investment in my business that didn't pan out over the years. So, how did you assess if an investment is a good investment for you, or if it makes sense to invest in a program or mentorship or coaching at this moment in time, wherever is going on in your business? So I wanted to shed some light on this question, super valid question, and really walk you through because I have a very specific way that I look at investing in your business and how much you should be investing in your business depending on where you are. And it looks different for different people. And so let's dive in. So I created some simple slides for you that I want to share with you real fast here. So let's jump on over and get rolling. So the right fit business investment, that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today. So let's jump in and just check it out. So what I look at is these 5 different stages. This is kind of the trajectory of any business going from 0 to 7 figures and beyond, right? So we talking about the dream up stage, which is where you're just thinking about starting a business, right? You're dreaming it up, you're thinking about it, you haven't yet started, you're not really making any money, right? So how do you invest? Because you might need some support during that time as well. Or the startup stage is when you're finally starting up, you're starting to make some money, but and you're building the business, you're in the building phase of it. And the scale up stage, which is really what we help people really drill down and really escalate their growth and accelerate their impact, and really looking at how do you scale up the business. So now you have a proven business model, it's working well, you have an offer from the startup stage. How do you really scale that up and step out of working in the middle of your business and really being the leader and influencer of your industry and your business? And then the lead up, how do you lead a team? And the rock on stage, when you're really mastering the art and you're really just rocking it out at the park. Okay, so we're primarily going to focus on the 3 first steps because those are the most challenging, to tell you the truth. So number 1, in the dream up stage, my suggestion is that you're not making any money yet, right? You're just thinking about your business. So you should look for free support during that time. And there's actually quite a lot of it. And you want to focus on support around defining and writing a business plan for the business idea that you have. And you can get that from the Small Business Administration. They have a free mentorship program where they actually walk you through writing a business plan. And there's probably tons of small organizations, nonprofits in your area. You can just do a quick Google search. There might be other programs like that that help budding entrepreneurs coming up with that business plan and helping you map that out for yourself. I also recommend that you spend some time interviewing entrepreneurs in your industry that's out and about doing what you want to be doing, right? So check in with them and see how it's working. Ask them about, well, what's it like? How long did it take for them to become profitable? What is the best marketing strategies they're utilizing? Fine, do some market research. And also, consider intern with these entrepreneurs in your industry, just to get some hands-on experience so you start understanding what it's really going to take to be successful with the business idea that you have. And I recommend that you join forces with other budding entrepreneurs that are dreaming up their ideas and their visions and mastermind with them so that you have some support as you're guiding yourself through this process. So that's the dream up stage. Now, when you're in the startup stage, this is when you're really starting to now making money, you're starting growing your business. It's out of the dream up stage. I recommend investing between 5K to 10K. 5K is more for you who are just starting out and you're not really making that much money. And 10K, you can start investing more, as your business grows. the kind of things that you want to invest in here is marketing and sales. Those are the most important pieces, right? Because without clients and without people knowing what it is that you actually do, you don't have a business, right? You're not making money. So that's right. So you have to go all in marketing and sales. I recommend joining some networking groups in your area, like Toastmasters, or also another really great one is the BNI, but looking at different um, business networking groups around in your local area. Meetup has probably a bunch of them, but just connecting with people so you can start referring and getting to know people and learning about business in general. And you also can swap ideas and suggestions with other people. Here, you are really investing in different marketing and sales tactics. So you might be investing in courses and programs around Facebook ads marketing, or how to get more online reviews, or how to improve your sales conversion. So very targeted, very specific courses and programs, and that are specifically around marketing and sales, right? And the biggest thing here is to take massive action and try a bunch of stuff. This is a little bit of a spaghetti technique. You're gonna throw a bunch of stuff on the wall and seeing what's gonna stick, right? Sure, you can do lots of research. You can figure out who you are and kind of how your unique wiring and your personal strengths to really cater your business strategies around who you really are. But ultimately, it's about trial and error to really figure out what messaging to use, what is the hook for your clients to sign up with you, how to guide them through the sales process and get high conversions. All of those things is just doing it over and over again. So if you're in the startup stage and you invest in a bunch of programs and courses and coaching here around marketing and sales, and some of those things just didn't pan out for you, that is normal. Okay, that is part of the course when you're starting a business. I know it's not fun to hear, but that's the reality. Even me, I started this business a couple of years ago. This is the 5th business I built. I built businesses for other people. I help people scale. I know the steps of growing a business, yet I still have to go through this trial and error phase of really nailing my message and knowing that I have an offer that's solid, that actually sells in the marketplace and that people want. And so there's no shortcuts here, right? You just have to do the work. And massive action and speed of implementation. Implement as fast as you can, test it out. If it's working or not, have some clear guidelines of how to assess if something is working or not, and then move on to the next thing, right? But make sure that you take enough time to really drill it down. If you try tactics, I recommend doing at least 90 days and then seeing how it's working so you can build momentum and not just chase shiny objects from one thing to the next, right? There's a little bit about staying power, but you have to just stay with it, okay? So that's the startup stage. Now, once you start moving into the scale up stage, this is when you are leading a team. You are really know now that you have a proven offer, a proven sales process. You have a marketing strategy that's working, that's bringing you leads. You have some consistent sales. Things are starting to really happen for you. Usually the problem that you have in the scale up stage that you are so working so much that the business literally can't grow unless you there plugging away, right? So this is really what scale up means. It's really getting you out of working a job in your business, right? And becoming the leader of that business. So at this stage, now you're going to invest in very different things. It's no longer about tactics or marketing and sales. You really want to start investing in infrastructure and strategy and implementation, right? So you can invest quite a lot at this stage because you are not investing in information to help you create something. You are literally investing in infrastructure, team, systems, automations, building blocks that you need to accelerate your growth. They will stay with you and bring you ROI over and over and over again, which is why I put around 35 to 100K is perfectly fine to invest in this stage. And yes, oftentimes you have to invest ahead of time before, all the money. If you have a proven concept, you can lose a lot of momentum if you don't take advantage of it from the startup stage, because you're going to have to rev the engines back up to gain that momentum and then scale it. The biggest thing here is what kind of strategy that people are utilizing that you're working with. So when you're assessing what mentorship or coaches or support that you need, you really need somebody who's going to sit down with you, assess what you already have in place, because this is all about leveraging the success that you've already built. So you need somebody who's going to really dig deep into what do you already have in place, and then look at what makes sense to keep, what should we tweak, and what do we need to add in, and really create a step-by-step strategy. Really get a clear strategy for how to go from where you are now to where you want to be. Then next, you need help with implementation. How do you go that map? Just getting the strategy and then trying to implement all of that on your own when you're already maxed out, it's just not possible, right? There's just so much one of you can do. So you're going to need support in the implementation pieces. And then you want to focus a lot on optimizing the pieces that you're building in until it's really streamlined and dialed in, right? And I would say this, you are going to be best off working one-on-one with a mentor or strategist here, because lumping you into a group program, you're not going to get the personalized assessment, strategy, and implementation help that you're really going to need at this stage. So hope that helps, right? And so I wanted to just walk you through a little bit and just explaining to you why the help that you've been getting so far has fallen short. Most of the time it's because it's a cookie cutter approach. Now, this is specifically true for the scale up stage. In the startup stage, there's a lot of cookie cutter approaches that can work phenomenally well for your marketing and sales tactics, right? Yes, you have to maybe tweak them a little bit specifically for your personality and what works for you. But for a lot of times, the cookie cutter approach are going to work for you. But in the scale up stage, you don't want a cookie cutter approach. You need somebody to really dig in deep to understand what's going on in your business. And you don't need a self-study. You already maxed out. You're already working a lot in your business to just keep up with the deliverables and the marketing and the sales and everything else you got. All the plates are spinning. So you don't need a big portal for you to dive into and study a bunch of videos or read a bunch of text, right? That's not helpful to you. And you really need assessment, not just tactics and strategy. So if somebody's not really taking the time to look at what do you already have in place in your business and how to leverage that, you are going to waste a lot of time, because you're just going to do the startup stage over again, where you're just testing a bunch of tactics and strategies out. That's not what you want to do in the scale up stage. And also it needs to be unique and personalized. So if it's not unique and specifically personalized to you, it's not going to be as effective as it could be. And you need implementation support. So just getting the strategy alone without getting help of how to implement that strategy into your business, then again, all that heavy lifting just lands in your lap. And now you're kind of back to square one. You know what to do, but how are you going to get it done? Right? So you need support in all those areas. And so I want to just walk you through how our process is different. And step one, the very first thing that we do is really look at what are your unique wiring and what are your natural strengths. So we have different processes that we guide you through to really identify what that looks like for you. And everybody is different, right? We all have different strengths and unique wiring and how we manifest with the universe. And so we really want to look at those things and then discover your natural flow. So we look at, your marketing strategies and your tactics that you've developed and how you're delivering your programs, and align all of that. Your operations, every aspect of your business is aligned with who you naturally show up in the world, right? So it's super cool. Then step two we assess what's working, we do that deep dive assessment, really dive in, what needs tweaking, what needs to be eliminated, and what's working really well for you right now. And we look at how can we leverage what's working, how can we get rid of what's not working, and how do we tweak the things just to make them even better. And then step 3, we give you a scorecard and really show you what your personal path to accelerate your vision and message really looks like. And this is where we really get into the strategy, right? Your personalized strategic plan. And then from there, we literally roll up our sleeve and dig in with you and help you implement this plan step by step. It's a done for you business scaling for visionary leaders. It's pretty awesome. And our clients are getting ridiculous results. One of my clients, she just joined us 3 months ago, and she's already blew past her best year yet, which was last year. And she's on track on doubling her best year yet already. She made sales at numbers, at prices that she never thought she would ever be able to do to her community. She's leveraging her time, bringing in her team members are filling in some of the gaps, so she's being more and more freed up. And she's really stepping into being that visionary and guiding her team, her community, and her business in a much bigger way. So this is what we do on the inside. If you are interested in stepping in and get some assistance in assessing what's going on in your business and looking at your unique wiring and your unique strengths and really understanding how to leverage what you already got going on in your business to scale it up. This is for those of you who are making at least 250K already, that you have some marketing and sales that are actually working for you, and you feeling a little maxed out, right? You're feeling stretched in your business where you don't know how to grow because it feels like you just can't do any more than what you're already doing. So how do you even grow from here? And we help you do that. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you and you want to sit down with me to do an assessment of your business and me mapping out your personalized strategic plan, then please go to madeleinesilva.as.me at intro call. And I'll make sure to put that here underneath the video so you can find it. Book a call with me. Let's chat. We'll just talk for 20 minutes. I just want to assess that you are in the exact place where it makes sense for you to invest in a scale-up stage. So if you are in the dream-up stage or in the startup stage, you're not quite ready, I will let you know, and I will also share my best resources, because it's really important that you invest at the right things at the right time. So just know that that's going to be completely transparent. So the first thing we do is just chat about that. If it's a go, then we jump in and we do the full business evaluation together. I'll guide you through it. We spend a lot of time diving into your business, 3 hours on the first session, just diving into your business, understanding all the different pieces to what's going on, what you already have in place. And then we get back together a couple of days later, and I have developed your personal strategic plan. We'll review that together, and then you have an opportunity to chat a little bit about what it would look like for us to help you implement that strategic plan. So I look forward to connecting with you. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.